If you think white gloss oil paint and black gloss oil solvent paint are produced the same way, I am sorry, that belief is about to cost you your money. And if you've ever tinted white gloss solvent oil base paint trying to get dark color, that is exactly why your paint looks chalky, weak, or patchy, or even faded on metals. What I'm about to show you now is something even many factory technicians don't know about. This season, so many people will be repainting their homes faster. Painters are buying paint fast, and so many new paint manufacturers are making one expensive mistake. They produce gloss oil solvent base paint without understanding the differences between white solvent paint and black solvent gloss paint. Same chemical family but complete different behavior. So let's start with white gloss solvent oil paint. You see, white gloss oil solvent paint is made up of your pigment, especially titanium dioxide, because it's a white solvent base, you understand? And then your fillers, depending on the quality or grade of the white gloss solvent oil base paint you want to produce. Then your gloss alkyd resin, then your solvent, your dryers, and your additives. You understand? So this is why white gloss is bright, opaque, thick, and very reflective. But here is something nobody tells you, either as a beginner or even a already existing paint manufacturer. No matter how much color paste you add, white will always fight the pigment. That means you can only tint white gloss solvent oil-based paint into light or medium shades like your cream color, your peach color, your lemon color, your light gray, sky blue, and beige, but never tint in dark colors. You cannot use white gloss solvent oil-based paint to make deep red, deep blue, chocolate brown, navy blue, black, or wine, because the titanium dioxide will wash out the pigment and destroy the richness of the color instant. You understand? So factory guide use. So now for white base, you'll be able to produce lighter shade color. Then for your clear base, you'll be able to produce medium shades color. Then for your deep base, you'll be able to produce stronger colors like the chocolate and the navy blue and the wine color. Also, the black base color, you'll be able to produce black colors and even your chocolate color. You understand? Because when you're producing your chocolate color, you undergo the black color pigment or paste addition in that same process. You understand? So your base, when you hear the word base, it simply means the early stage of the production process. You understand? After you add your solvent, which is your kerosene or fuel, and then you add your alkyd resin, you understand, then you add either your pigment or your paste. That is the base itself. So in that process, you will now determine which color you want to produce. So if your base, you're using a big titanium dioxide during your base, then you know that you are not going to produce a darker shade color. But if your base is clear, there is no titanium dioxide, it is just your alkyd resin, then you can go ahead to decide whichever color you want to produce. Now, let's talk about black gloss solvent oil based paint, the king of gloss paint. You see, black gloss oil solvent paste uses a complete different system, which so many paint manufacturers are not aware. I say a lot of people just go out to give the same formulation for the oil gloss paint and tell you just put your black color and that is it. No, it is very, very wrong. You understand? Like I said, black gloss oil solvent base paint uses a different system. That is to say, no titanium dioxide, except you want to tint your black gloss oil solvent base into a darker gray, but that is not the process on how to go about it. You understand? And the second is uses carbon black pigment. The third is require more archive resin, which a lot of people are not aware. They use the same quantity of the archive resin that they use for white, for black. And remember, a lot of metal works could be gates, windows. They make use of this black oil gloss savannah base paint. It sells more. And I see a lot of people complain about how the gloss black oil savannah base fade over time, and it makes their customers, which are weathers, stop buying from them. So this is the number one secret. Please, paint manufacturers out there, whenever you're producing your black gloss oil savannah base paint, increase your archive resin. You understand? And you know that we have two types of archive resin, and a lot of people are not aware of their functions. But my student, that is the first thing I teach them in the breakdown for you to understand the functions of these two types of archive resin, so you'll be able to know how to use them well in your gloss oil savannah base paint. Also, your black gloss oil savannah base paint uses very little or no fillers at all. Yes. It also needs a strong dispersion, and it needs a different drier balance. You see, carbon black is one of the strongest pigments in the world. Just a little turns the whole paint jet black. That is, turns the paint black instantly. This is why a factory or a paint manufacturer can make or produce 1 4 liters bucket of black gloss oil surveillance based bait at a lesser amount, and still it will be profitable. But you cannot produce the same using a white base surveillance gloss paint. Yes, because like I said, they have different system. A lot of people um, are usually happy when they want to produce white paint. It could be your water-based paint or your gloss overnight paint. The reason is because they say I'm not adding colors, but they don't know that you need to be more focused when you're producing a white paint, because your white paint actually sells your paint brand. It has to have coverage. It has to be very brilliant white. You understand, it has to dry fast. And this is the reason producing a white paint is more expensive. People are not aware, except you're just producing a cheap grade white paint that it's not going to be brighter. You understand? And your customers are not going to tell you. They just move on to the next available greater product that they've seen the finishes on their wall. You understand? So black paint, when you're producing black paint, is in fact is one of the cheapest because you don't need to use more color when producing this particular um, color, which is your black. You understand? But when it comes to some other colors, you have to add 2 to 3 colors to be able to get this unique, amazing colors. You understand? So this is the difference between making a lesser price quality paint and making a higher price quality paint. Because when you understand the basic pigment, the solvent, the balance, and the resin strength, your gloss paint stops failing, stop looking dull, stop forming brush marks, and customers start trusting your brand like a professional factory because your finished products are great. If you want to truly understand solvent paint, gloss oil based paint, industrial finishing, and how to produce them professionally, then I advise you to join Glina Paint Manufacturing Business Mentorship Program. The link is going to be in the description. Or if you prefer learning step by step with formula measurement guide, color troubleshooting, and basic system your way, you can get our gloss paint mystery ebook. You will never struggle with color base again, and you will understand the system on how to produce each colors, unique formally, and in a professional, advanced way that is going to make your finished product color rich and last long. No fading, no changing of colors. And again, it is going to make your gloss oil solvent based paint shine, because so many people produce gloss paint after 3 weeks, 1 month, it's not shining, and they baffle, they ask themselves why. You understand? Because the customer will reach out to them and say, I bought this product and the gloss paint is still shining on the gate, but your own, after 3 days, the color changes. You understand? So this ebook is going to personally teach you on how you are going to achieve a unique color. You know, color is one of the basic issues we have as a paint manufacturer. If you don't understand your colors, if you don't master your colors, forget producing. Because yeah, you can produce white. You don't even know how to produce a brilliant white, crystal white. You understand? And now you find it difficult in producing colors. Your customers will move over to the next paint brand because the other person has gotten their attention. Hope you are learning something in today's class. Remember, people don't buy the best product. They buy the product that capture attention. Master your base, master your color, master your quality, and your paint business will move from surviving to profit. I'm Coach Glina. See you in the next lesson. Bye for now.